Well, a written response to a parliamentary question by the Democratic Alliance has revealed that KwaZulu-Natal's Department of Education is sitting with an employee debt just shy of 600 million. To get more clarity on this, we are now joined via Zoom by the MEC for Education in KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Kwazi Mshengu. A very good afternoon to you, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. All right. So this story, I mean, I wonder why did it take a parliamentary question from the DA to reveal this situation? Why was it not dealt with prior? It seems that things have to be red flagged first before they can be dealt with. Why not deal with them first before they are red flagged, Mr. Mshengu?
We have been dealing with this matter at least since my arrival. So it will not necessarily be true that it had to take the DA to raise a parliamentary question.
Yeah.
In fact, this matter has even served before a number of portfolio committees last year, where we were reporting about this matter and other related matters as the Department of Education. So for the DA, firstly, to say it has to take them for us to act on this matter is far from being the truth. In fact, it's something that is completely opposite from the truth. Mr. Kika, or Honorable Kika, is part of these portfolio committee meetings where we've been reporting about this matter.
Yeah.
But be that as it may, Sis Flo, indeed it's quite worrying that the department is owed over 500 million by employees. In fact, mostly it's ex-employees, as well as those bursary holders who did not honor the contractual agreement, as it were.
Yeah. And
I've raised a number of concerns from the department about how this matter has been handled, because this over 500 million is cumulative from 2004. Mm-hmm. So the department has not been able to deal with this matter since 2004. And prior to my arrival, they then appointed or entered into a route of appointing debt collectors who will then go around chasing these people collecting debts. But my view is that the issue of debt collectors will not help us to solve the problem, because the problem is as a result of the department's failure to terminate employees, particularly upon retirement.
Yeah.
So a teacher will retire but will be paid for the next 4 months, because that system that retirement has not been captured in the system.
Yeah.
So you can't allow that to happen and then say, no, we'll resolve this matter through the debt collectors. It doesn't happen like that. So I have since actually established a committee which is chaired in my office to look into this matter and see how then can we best deploy the technology that we have, so that when a teacher retires this month, he's removed from PESA immediately rather than after 4 months, as the case is.
Yeah, is the department confident that it will recoup those funds? I must just say that looking at the statement from the DA, they've put it as a sum of a debt just shy of 600 million rand. You've put it at 500 million rand. 100 million is quite a big figure of a difference. So maybe you can give us closer to what exactly the amount is. But apart from that, if they were not able to recoup those monies from, I think you said 2004, did you really have that confidence that you'll be able to do it now? And so far, what's the work that you and your committee have done in terms of looking at other ways apart from debt collector, which I think you're not happy with?
We'll really have to work hard to recoup this money, because it's taxpayers' money that was not due to these employees, because they had already retired in the system. So we are working hard, being assisted by these debt collectors, to try and recoup every cent that was unduly paid to these employees. Unfortunately, some of them have since passed on. Some of them have even cashed on their pensions, so we can't even block their pensions. So it's going to be a very tedious process, but it's something that we're not going to give up on. We'll try our best to recoup as much as we can from what is owed in the department.
Yeah.
We have since established an IT system that says principals, when a teacher retires, you must log in immediately on the month in which that teacher will be retiring, so that HR and finance can pick up that log and then terminate the teacher from PESA, so that we don't get a situation where a teacher will then be paid for the next 4 months while he is no longer in the system. And I have said to HR, we need to do an analysis of the age group of teachers, so that we know how many teachers and who are those teachers who will be retiring next month. and the following month. And then we start acting now so that they don't benefit unduly after exiting the system.
Yeah. My concern, Mshengu, is that, you might actually spend more money in your quest to recoup this money. I mean, you point out quite validly, and in fact, I was going to raise it too, that, some of these teachers that we speak on might have indeed passed on. So my question then is, when will you and the committee that you have set up sit back and go, all right, we've done all we can do? At what point, if I may ask, will you sit back and say, all right, we've done all we can do, we've gone as far as we can go, we've recouped as much as we can? I mean, I wonder if you've started to look at that, of whether there is a point at where you will stop in terms of trying to recoup the funds.
Well, it will be difficult to put exact time frames on when will we say we have recouped as much as we can. Safe to say, this committee will also be reporting frequently on the portfolio committee as an oversight committee, but we'll also be reporting on other oversight committees like SCOPA, where they're also having interest on how we're going about recouping this money. So it will be difficult to put in the time frame. And indeed, Sis Flo, we will obviously be incurring some costs in the quest to recover this money. These debt collectors are also charging us money, and that is why I said to the team, that's not a solution. And there must be a point where we say, obviously we have recouped this money, these debt collectors must then be terminated so that we focus on stopping the problem where it arises. Otherwise, we have succeeded actually in reducing the recurrence of this problem. When in about 2018-2019 financial year, every quarter will report about just over 10 million of debts that will accumulate quarterly. And now, last quarter, we accumulated about 7 million, which means a reduction of about over 3 million as the case is. So we are going to work hard to ensure that we reduce it until we put a complete stop on it. There's no one who's supposed to be benefiting unduly after exiting the system. And I've really been worried about this matter, that our systems since 2004 have not been picking up this matter, and we are sitting now with such a huge debt that is owed to the department because our systems have been weak since 2004 at least. And now we are saying this must come to an end. And I can assure you, Sis Flo, that it's a battle that we are prepared not to lose. And we are prepared to come to public at any given stage to give update on this matter.
All right, Mr. Kwazi Mshengu, thank you so very much for giving us your time, the MEC for Education in KwaZulu-Natal. Many thanks to you, sir.